The Rito line is arguably the coolest of the 4 regional quests in Tears of the Kingdom, not least because of the incredible music along the way. From snowy Rito Village to the epic climb up to the Wind Temple itself, the stage is perfectly set for what many people agree is the best boss theme in Tears of the Kingdom. Everybody especially loves to point out the epic callback to a fan favorite theme. Just why is this theme so good? And why does the Dragon Roost Island callback hit so hard? We're gonna break this down and more today on TuneForge Theory. The COLGERA theme is made of 3 main sections, so we'll go through each one and pick out any important bits. That didn't take long. There are 2 important bits here. First is this ostinato. This is a major callback to both the Wind Temple and Attack on Vimetto from Breath of the Wild. Check this out. This isn't a perfect callback to Attack on Vimetto because this ostinato starts on our 1, climbs up to our 4, whereas in COLGERA, we start on our 1, drop down to 5, and climb back up. But we're going to get a 1 to 4 ostinato later on in this piece. The other cool bit here is this use of a pedal tone, or single bass note that's held under a changing harmony. We're in B minor right now, so we're going to hold down our 1, or B, over a couple of these chords. One really cool thing that pedal tone does is it holds us down. This, combined with the way that the harmony wants to fly all over the place, creates a sense of suspense, like we're being held down but we're trying to break free. But then we do. Right here. Just opens up.
Nice.
I made a cover of this piece for piano a while back, and let me tell you, this was a beast to practice. Get that chromatic line of the strings, now it loops. Now onto the next section. Here we have a very similar instance of a pedal tone as last time. We're holding down the D, because we're in D minor. Only difference is that we have this very striking chord progression over top. Let's check this out. Our first chord is a D minor, easy enough. But then our next chord is a B flat minor. The weird thing about this B flat minor chord is that there is no B flat minor chord in our usual D major scale.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
If we were to play diatonically, or according to the usual scale, we'd expect to hear that B flat major instead, but we'd get that minor sound. Howard Shore plays a very similar trick on us in Lord of the Rings. Listen to this. These aren't exactly the same chords, but Howard Shore and Minaka Kataoka are playing basically the same trick on us. All you need to do to play this fun surprise on your listeners is to take your 1 chord. Let's go with D minor for right now, from our COLGERA example. Then you go either a major third or a minor third away from your 1, and use that new note as the root of a chord that doesn't belong in your usual scale.
Quick editor's note. I just found out that if you go up a third, it's called a chromatic mediant, and if you go down a third, it's called a chromatic submediant.
In Lord of the Rings, we have A major to C major. If we go up a minor third from A, we get C. C isn't in an A major scale. It's normally at C sharp, but what was the rule we just went over? Pick a chord that doesn't belong in the scale. Now if we go in the other direction, from a D minor, we would get something like that from the COLGERA theme. D minor, B flat minor, D minor. You could go bananas with this. You could go from D minor to B major, or you could go C major to B major, or you could go D major to F sharp major, or heck, you could even try a different key, A flat major.
Shut him up or shut him down!
Pedal tone's still holding us down. And then we haven't even hit the best part, and it's already sounding so good.
Nice.
This is the weird part. This part was really hard to arrange too. There's a lot we could break down here, but I want to focus on one little thing. It's a little callback to the Tears of the Kingdom main theme, and well, really a lot of little pieces in Tears of the Kingdom. Do you know what those intervals are called? Basically, most of the melody in this passage is followed along by a perfect fourth underneath it, a sound that we've heard in the Tears of the Kingdom main theme right here. See that? I haven't found many instances elsewhere of parallel fourths in the Zelda series, but they seem to be pretty common in Tears of the Kingdom. Not really sure why, just part of the musical aesthetic of the game, I guess. I'd be really curious to ask that of Manaka Katawaka. I hope I'm not butchering her name. Now we're up in the air. Now something's coming up. Here's a first little taste of the best part of the whole theme, but it's played over these really menacing chords. Another chromatic line. Now it loops again. Here's the part we've all been waiting for, folks. Oh, there's that ostinato mentioned earlier. And here's this really cool melody we saw just a bit ago in the piece, but it's a new context now. Instead of it being played over these really menacing chords, creating a sense of dread and suspense, we're now playing it over these diatonic chords. Creating a sense of confidence. There it is.
Oh, sick! There's a remix!
This is what has made this theme blow up among Tears of the Kingdom fans. Most of you who have played earlier Zelda games will know that this came from the Wind Waker, specifically the Dragon Roost Island theme. But here's the thing, there are so many musical callbacks in Tears of the Kingdom to past games, but none of them seem to really hit quite so hard as this one does.
I had always heard about callbacks, but I had never gotten one. A callback?
My guess is because of two things. First, and most obviously, is the entire build-up to this section. The wonderfully built climax of the entire Rito line is a callback to the theme most central to the Rito themselves. But second, and here's where we're gonna get much more nerdy, is the interplay between the specific section of Dragon Roost Island they chose to play, and the harmony chosen to play underneath it. There are two main motifs used in Dragon Roost Island. Let's try putting both into the COLGERA theme. Doesn't work quite as well. I mean, it still sounds fine, but it's not quite as powerful or epic. But this does work. The motif we played a bit ago was the lighter, more flighty version of the two. Well, this one is bolder and maybe even darker. Let's check out the chords of the original version. We open with this E-flat major 7 chord. Yay, we're starting on a happy note, but then we immediately go to this D minor 7 chord. Alright, we go to the C minor 7 chord and back up again. So in a way, we've picked the darkest section of Dragon Roost Island to play for the boss theme, fittingly enough, but I'm sure you've noticed the chords aren't exactly the same. The Tears of the Kingdom version is even bolder and not quite so dark. I'm almost getting a superhero adventure kind of vibe. And there's good reason for that. To understand this last piece of the puzzle, we'll have to learn what I call the hero chords. Listen to this. Each of the pieces you just heard uses the exact same 4 hero chords. To find these chords, we'll have to first pick a minor scale. Let's pick A minor. Our first chord is going to be A minor. Easy enough, we have our 1, our home base. Let's take all these keys and move them down a step. G major. Now, if we climb up from A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, G is our flat 7 of A. So this would be our major flat 7 chord. Let's go back down another step. F major. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is our flat 6 of A. So we currently have minor 1, major flat 7, major flat 6. So far we're playing completely diatonically, but we haven't quite gotten that hero flavor yet. Well, that comes from this last chord. Take that A minor again. Now go up to the 4th. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take this minor chord, make it major. But here's the funny thing, like we've been seeing throughout the rest of COLGERA, here's a chord that doesn't fit in our scale, usually. We just played that F major chord a bit ago, so it's F, that's the 6th of A in our A minor scale, not F sharp. But we go for it anyway. Let's go over these again, but I'll describe the chords this time. Here's our 1, flat 6, major 4, flat 6, flat 7, 1, flat 6, flat 7, 1, 4, flat 6, flat 7, 1, 1, 4, flat 6, flat 7. So you can play these in almost any order and it just works. The major 4 chord adds a sense of hope and adventure to the otherwise minor key, and picking 2 major chords in the minor scale helps a lot too. Now let's check these chords out in the COLGERA theme. I guess this is why fans love this track so much. It's pretty much the best way you could possibly call back to an older theme, by building up to this epic climax and using the darkest part of an otherwise light theme, but using the hero chords over it. But honestly, do most people even really care about a major 4 chord? Probably not. We can talk all we want about how the chords are so great, or how it uses pedal tone here, or how the ostinato called back to something over here, or parallel fourths called back to something over there. But in the end, it just feels good. And that's why so many people love this boss fight. You enter it ready for something special, and well, after blowing your mind with all the excitement and nostalgia it has to offer, you leave feeling satisfied with ending this chapter of the game, ready to move on to your next adventure. There isn't that much more left in the rest of the piece, so I'll just add in a quick text blurb over here. Definitely my favorite Tears of the Kingdom boss battle. Speaking of personal favorites, I ranked all the Zelda soundtracks on a tier list in this video. Breath of the Wild got a little bit controversial, but you'll see what I mean.